Hey, here's Captain K. Ahoy, you landlubber, and welcome aboard my channel. This is Captain Concept, and I welcome you to my Factorio base tour. It's been 9 episodes in my Let's Play so far, and with this being the 10th episode, I thought it would be fun to show what we've achieved so far. This is roughly 30 hours into the game, that's what the save game says. But I'd say, with all the fiddling that I had to do with the spacing of the factories and to make everything look nice, it's probably 20 to 23 hours into the game. So that's what you can achieve more or less, and we've got basically everything we need for the big expansion. So let's start to the left. Here we got the smelting setup. Copper at the top, iron at the bottom, and this was laid out so that it matches those two patches that we had in the beginning. We started with those patches, stone patch here and the coal patch there, so we had everything we needed. Since I wanted to keep this bit of coal as an emergency patch should we run out of coal, I first built the coal train station, and up here, as you can see, we started mining the copper ore, so that once this is clean we can run all of the trains through here as it was intended. Here are the trains going north, here are the trains going south, and they come in on these tracks, so they're more or less the main tracks. We have the copper station up here, coal station there, iron station here. That is once this iron patch is being reduced or finished, then we have space for the iron station there. And this one is a side track that we use to loop around should the train need to go somewhere else, or maybe we can do a little stone station here should we need it, whatever. It's just always good to have a reserve track for whatever means. Now down here with the stone coming in here, so stone station would work, and the iron, we have our concrete factories, we have the landfill and the walls. It's all being produced here with those furnaces, building those bricks. Should we need more capacity, we could double up the furnaces over here. Down there we have our steam setup. That is now only there as a fallback should we need it, because with this switch here and the pumps we only turn it on when we run out of accumulator powers, and that actually could happen. Let's watch it. As soon as these accumulators fall below 30%, then the steam engines will kick in, but the solar panels are rising again, so we didn't even need the steam engines during the night. But should it fall lower than 30%, the steam engines would kick in to slow the drain down or to help charge them. And if we check out the map, we have our solar panel array up here. Now here with the smelting setup, this is also, it already has the spaces for the beacons that we can place here. And it's built to be extendable on this or on that side should we really need the throughput. Right now everything is running into these lines. If we expand it, we have one line feeding this, the other line feeding that, and that's basically our main bus with copper and iron plates. And should we ever have a shortage of iron plates, let's say around here, because they need a lot, then we can place down a splitter there to feed this belt from the middle belt again. So this helps us to balance all the resources till the end, with copper and iron being the main resources. And here the bus already extends to gears. Gears are needed for all of our belts, and this is my rather compact belt setup with the belts being placed in the chest that feeds the production of the fast belts, the splitters and the underground belts. And this chest then again feeds the fast splitters and later the advanced splitters. Here we've got the same for the fast and advanced underground belts. And here will be the advanced belts with the pipes for the lubricant already present. Again, should we need more gears, we can simply expand that. This belt facility is finished like that, it won't grow any bigger. And here we have steel. With steel we have the same problem, we still have a copper patch here that we feed back on the main bus because it's not fully extended yet. But once this is gone, we can place down more furnaces down here, as far down as we need to have a high enough throughput of steel. Right now I placed this furnace over there so I can grab a stack of steel should I need it. And with these gears and iron that feeds down here, the gears are already needed there for the science we need it for the red science, but also for the production of the inserters that we create locally here to feed the green science packs. This one has a space to be doubled up, so we can place down another local green chip factory for the inserters and another belt factory. So with doubling this up, we then can double up those green assembling machines for the green science packs. The red science packs can very easily be doubled because they're fed with the copper and iron gears from this belt. And over here with the braided belt, with the batteries and all that stuff, we're gonna look at the north side of the main bus in a second. We feed the production of the blue science packs that we can double up as well. Down here we have our research facility that already has space for 2 beacons to boost up all of these science labs should we need it. So now let's head back and north to our main bus. Up here we have the production of all the green circuits that we need for the feeding of all of the belts, and back here the inserters and all of that stuff. To the right of the green chip factory we have the red chips. Both of these are built in a way that they can be extended to the north as well, and to be doubled up on this side, so we can scale this even further should we need it. And here we have the production of the blue belt, more or less the same setup. We can scale that up to here as well, and all of these chips then flow over here into the production of our module. This is our module section where the tier 1 modules feed into an assembling machine for the tier 2 that then feed into a tier 3. Now this ratio 4 to 2 to 1 is correct for the speed modules. It's not entirely correct for the production and efficiency module. Here we would need 5 that then build 2.5 and all that stuff, but there is no nice layout that let me scale this up as easily like this. So I decided I can live with that slight imbalance. Now the red circuits, of course, they need plastic, so let's head up to our oil production up here. We have right now only this almost drained patch of oil, so we're gonna extend soon. We're gonna do this by using trains, so we already have the space for the oil unloading train station here. This is where the oil trains are gonna stop. So we'll have to figure out the details on here, but I can imagine even having 2 trains there that unloads all of the oil that then goes into this holding tank that goes into the refineries. We have space for 2 more refineries should we need it. All of that processed all goes into the holding tanks here. And here again we have the smart chemical plants that only crack oil from heavy oil to light and from light to petroleum gas if it's in the right condition. That means if we have enough heavy oil, and if heavy oil is bigger than light oil, then it cracks, and if we have more light oil than petroleum gas, it starts cracking. But making sure that this one is never full, so we have some space from this chemical, from this oil refinery to continue producing petroleum gas. Here we have the production of lubricant that then goes down to the belt and over here to the engines, right? And here below we have the production of sulfur. This one is a little space for a roboport should we need it. This sulfur then produces the sulfuric acid where we have a holding tank here. And should we need it, we might have some space for the production of explosives, probably down here. Over there we have the production of plastics. Plastic then goes directly into the red chips, and since that's all we need it for right now, this is it. Then here we have the first multi-purpose cell, we can say, with the batteries that we produce up here for the sulfur from the sulfuric acid. They go down to the science packs down here, so more or less shortest route possible, and on their way we use them for the production of accumulators. On the other side we have the solar panels, production of laser turrets. Here we have the poles, the pipes that then are used to build the engines, and with that bit of lubricant the electric engines that then produce our robot frames for the production of those two types of robots. Now here we have a barrel factory that produces barrel from steel for the oil when we need it, but that's pretty much all of the things that we need. The rest of the items we're gonna more or less handcraft. Here's the inserter cell. Yes, it is a bit way back, but I wanted to have it on this side because we produce the inserters, the long-handed inserters, the fast inserters, and the stack inserters. Right now I have little need of the filter stack inserters because I use a different type of circuit logic, so there's little to no filtering going on. But on this side, the filter inserters that are needed for the science. So there again, short ways, they don't need to go through all of my factories. Everything is being produced here and fed to where it's needed. These two lines I extended for the rest of the things that I need, like the assembling machines. I'm mainly going to use assembling machines 2, and later, should I need assembling machines 3, maybe I'm going to use the logistic network for that. So before we head to that, up here, our last cell, we have the rail and light cell. Here's all the rails that are being produced with 0.13, getting rid of the curved tracks. That's very nice. Before you needed 2 assembling machines, now I can do it with 1. And here the rail signals, so that's more or less all that we need. And that's our base. So right now we have automated all of the important things, stuff like roboports I handcraft, because it's gonna be a limited number that I'm gonna need. Maybe I'll set up assembling of roboports later on. Now my logistics network is set up in such a way that all of the roboports build triangles like this. I prefer that. It gives it a nice hexagonal pattern, or triangle pattern, and every roboport is connected with every other roboport with exactly 1 connection. There is people that do stuff like that, like if you arrange it in a square, then you have like these cross connections, but for me I think this method is more efficient, and also the way the factory is shaped, it can cover everything that I need. So all of the outputs of these cells can now be accessed by the logistics robot and deliver stuff to me. So with actually 4 roboports or less, I wouldn't even need that one. I have everything covered already. Yeah, did I forget about anything? I'm not sure, but I'd say that's about it. That's the base tour for episode 10. I hope I've covered everything. Now, one last thing to the map. As you can see, we started here. We used all of those natural lakes to our advantage by walling off here and here. So this is our factory. All of this is very compact yet scalable. So should we need higher throughput of things, we can expand without needing much more space than this. And now all that's left is to expand. I cut off the terrain here, and I'm fighting my way over there until I have all of this peninsula, and then we can extend southwards or do whatever we want. We can go Zisto like crazy, but I think what I wanted is to have a small, efficient factory, and once we have produced everything, and we even have space for the rocket. Everything past that is just for funsies. Let's see a quick tour on the map where I explain how I drafted the whole thing. I knew that oil is needed for the red circuits and that green circuits are needed for the red circuits. That's why I have oil and the circuits here. Also copper is mainly needed for the circuits. That's why all of this is in this side. And here the module cell. So they need all of those circuits that are being produced here, here, and here. So it makes sense that it's also here on this side. And then up here, this multi-purpose cell with the turrets that need the battery, or the engines that need the lubricant, both oil products that then also produce the robot frames that need batteries again. So it makes sense to have it all on this side. And on the south-hand side, we had the production of gears here. In previous playthroughs I was producing gears more locally, but that would also make a few layouts more complicated, and when I designed this compact belt setup, I realized that by feeding in gears through a belt I can make this much more compact. So that's why here we have the gears. Also they are needed for the science and all of that stuff. So gears, all of the belts, steel. Then here we have the science cells with the little local production of the goods that are needed for the green science. Here we have the braided belt technique that uses all of the batteries and the steel and all of that stuff for the blue science. So all of that is our science setup. Then here we have the inserter and the assembling machines and drills and stuff cell and the rail cell. So everything is very compact, everything is close to where it's needed. I tried to make as much use of the resource belts for factories that need common resources as possible, and we could fit in all on this space. Yeah, so I hope you liked this base tour. If you're watching the Let's Play, I hope you like that one as well. As I said, I put a lot of planning into this. I was drafting all of the needs and how I'm gonna build the cells and make use of the belts and the resources and the factories, and that's more or less how far I've gotten. So I could draft and plan ahead this far. Everything from this point on I will have to figure things out on the fly, because let's face it, that would have been ridiculous to think that far ahead. So let's see how things go from here on. Let's see what other challenges we're gonna face until we reach the end goal, the production of the rocket. So I hope you bear with me. Thanks for watching. My name is Captain Concept, and I wish you all a fabulous day. If you liked this space tour, if you like my Let's Play, if you want me to continue making videos, please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And whatever you do, make sure you always have a hand's width of water under your keel. Arr!